7 News.
Target 7 was first to tell you how New Mexico State coaches and players skipped town on a university bus while state police were trying to get the gun that was used by the player. We are now learning after our story aired the DA is investigating the conduct of all coaches and players. Here's Target 7's John Cardinelli.
Yeah, Doug, we now know that Mike Peake will no longer be playing basketball for the Aggies for the foreseeable future. Today we wanted to know what could happen to the three players who police believe took Peake's gun and tablet after the incident. We reached out to the NCAA, a rules expert, and a basketball beat writer to find out what the future holds for the Aggies.
Mike Peake, Issa Muhammad, Anthony Roy, and Marcellus Avery. I would say all four players that play for the New Mexico State basketball team that have been named in state police reports that have been released so far are key players.
And those players, along with the rest of the New Mexico State University basketball team, left for a road trip Tuesday morning after Target 7 broke a story about how players and coaches seemingly didn't cooperate with investigators following the November 19th shooting at the University of New Mexico. This was the scene following a game last night in Las Cruces.
Would you say that you and your staff have cooperated with the investigation?
I can't comment.
And if I was president of a university, I would probably be taking some immediate action, at least with suspensions, to get to the bottom of what really happened.
Dr. David Ridpath is a former NCAA coach and assistant athletic director. He is now a professor of sports business at Ohio University. He specializes in NCAA rules. He says it's not likely the NCAA would get involved in the investigation.
They're not an investigatory body with regards to criminal type issues, and they don't really even do a great job investigating their own rules, to be candid.
According to this police report obtained by Target 7, a state police agent had gone to the team hotel trying to get a hold of Peake's gun after he exchanged gunfire with Brandon Travis, killing him. He also wanted to talk with these three players who were seen in surveillance video leaving the shooting scene with what they believed was Peake's gun and tablet. Ultimately, police found the gun with a coach in Albuquerque, Peake's tablet on the bus they pulled over on Interstate 25, and his phone was found with the school administrator in Las Cruces.
Holding on to a weapon and not getting the police immediately involved, to me, gives me pause. The best thing you can do is completely be open, honest, and transparent, and immediately get the information out and report that to the police.
Ridpath said it's more likely that the coaches and players could face criminal charges rather than sanctions from the NCAA. Today, a spokeswoman with the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office sent us this email confirming they are now conducting an investigation into the conduct of the players and coaches. KOAT legal expert John Day says players and coaches could face tampering with evidence charges, a fourth-degree felony punishable by 18 months in prison.
It doesn't stop there, because instead of doing the right thing and calling the police and saying, I acted in self-defense, according to the report, there's this long chain where they're handing out guns and hiding the gun and hiding an iPad.
For weeks, Target 7 has known that a coach ended up with the gun. We reached out to the university seeking a response. They declined to answer questions. It wasn't until after Target 7 broke the story that they announced today they are now seeking an external investigator to look into the incident.
I certainly have to believe that there's going to be more action, not only taken by New Mexico State, but likely potentially some criminal charges.
Albuquerque Journal college basketball reporter Jeff Grammer will be following the Aggies as they play the next 3 games on the road. He said the team had high hopes when they hired Coach Greg Heiar in March.
He is a very good recruiter, a very highly thought of young and up-and-coming coach.
Heiar was previously coaching at a junior college in Florida. He brought 2 players with him. One of them was Issa Muhammad, who police wanted to question.
Are you concerned about how this is going to look on NMSU?
And in the last 20 minutes, we have obtained body camera video, pictures, and text messages from the investigation. We will work tonight to bring you any new information that we find in all of this tonight at 10. For Target 7, I'm John Cardinelli.
And we did contact the NCAA, but they declined to comment.